Welcome back again with another problem of physics, and this one has to do with the electric field, with the electric and magnetic field on the different section of the direction of the electric field. So we have the electric field on this direction that is equal to 200 on the x direction plus the 300 y direction minus the 50k direction, and the magnetic field that is perpendicular to it, or in this section, that is the initial magnetic field, is multiplied by 7.3 x direction minus 7.3 j direction plus a on the z direction, and everything by micro Tesla. So now we have to find what is the a on the z direction and the initial magnetic field. So to start with, we know that electric field has to be perpendicular to magnetic field, but if you take the magnetic field multiplied by electric field, it will give us 0. So what can we do here? We're gonna take the electric field multiplied by the magnetic field will be equal to 200x multiply, actually is multiply by 7.3 I plus 300 G multiplied by minus 7.3 G, okay, plus minus 50 K multiplied by AK. So we know that the electric field multiplied by the magnetic field will be equal to 0. 200 multiplied by 7.3, that's 1460, minus 2190 minus 50A. So this 2 here, we're going to send it on the other side, and that's 750. Let me see. 1460 minus 21. Actually, that's 730 equal minus 50A. So the A in this equation is going to be equal to minus 14.6. Okay, and then to find the this is for question number A actually. Here we go, let's put it here, A. So we found the A. For number B, we know that A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared, and this is what we're gonna do here on the E equals C magnetic field. So we're gonna do the E squared multiplied by E squared multiplied by magnetic field square. Okay, so now we're gonna take the electric field, that's 200I square plus 300G square minus 50K square is equal to C square multiplied by, okay, let me do it here, equal C square multiplied by B initial square multiplied by 7.3 square multiply multiply by plus minus 7.3 square plus minus 14.6 square. Don't forget, when you do this kind of equation, we forget about the letters in this section, because we need to find what is the initial magnetic field that in this formula. So now this is going to be 40,000 plus 90,000 plus 25,000, 2,500, my bad, is equal to 909 times 10 power 16 B initial square multiplied by 53 29 plus 53 29 plus 213 16. So this one will be equal to 147 multiplied by 10 minus 12 equal B square initial multiplied by 319.74, and we're gonna divide this section here by this one, so it's gonna be equal to 1.47 multiplied by 10 minus 12 divided by 319.74, and square root is equal to B initial. So B initial will be equal to 67.8 multiplied by 10 minus 9 Tesla. And if you want to keep it to micro Tesla, it's going to be equal to 6.7 multiplied by 10 minus 2 micro Tesla. Okay, this is for the A and B. So now, what is the Poynting, what is it? Poynting vector. Poynting vector, let me see here. Poynting vector. So, Poynting vector, we have that in that position is equal to electric field multiplied by the magnetic field divided by the constant. So Poynting vector is going to be equal to there is a way to do this section here. So Poynting vector we're going to be that on the E section is going to be equal to 300. You're going to multiply everything that is on the both equation, everything that it has not the letter on the E direction. So 300 multiply by minus 7.3. (300 minus 7). We're gonna do a crisscross. So okay. Multiply by the 14. That's where we find in this one here, the result of on the K, that's minus 14.6. Minus 50 multiply by minus 7.3. Minus 50. Okay. This is on the E section. On the J section is going to be equal to 200 multiply 200 multiply by minus 14.6. Minus 14.6 minus minus 14.6 minus 50 multiply by 7.3. Is that it? .3, okay. On the K section, that will be equal to 200 multiply by minus 7.3 minus 7.3 multiply by 300. So the S vector will be equal to don't forget that the whole thing here is divided by the constant. Okay, so the Poynting vector is going to be equal to 300 multiplied by 14.6 is equal minus 4,380 and minus That's 50 multiplied by 7.3 minus 365 on the E section. So minus 365. So on the E section, that's minus 4.75 E. On the E, so that's 200 multiplied by 14.6 minus this 2920 50 multiplied by 7.3 minus 365, and this one on the J section, so minus 2920. This one is minus actually. No, this one is plus. Plus 365 minus 255. Okay, let's see. 200 plus 140 minus 50 minus 50. Okay. Minus 57.3. Okay. Give us minus 4.6. Okay, so 200 multiplied by 14.6. So that's 50 multiplied by 7.3 plus 65. So 29. No, 2.5 exactly, 2.5. So this one will give us, hold on, multiplied by 7.3. 50 multiplied by 7.3. 50 multiplied by 7.3. 50 minus 50. Actually, okay, let's do this one like this. Where are you? Eraser, okay. Okay, we're gonna do this part here again. Hold on. There you go. On the J section. Let's see. Okay, so J. Okay, on the J, they took the minus 50 multiplied by 7.3 minus 200 multiplied by minus 14.6. So in the J section is equal to minus 50 multiplied by 7.3 minus 365 200 multiplied by minus 14.6 is equal minus 200. Yeah, hold on. Here we go. Let's start here. Minus 40. Okay. Minus 365 plus, so plus 365. So I guess what they did here, beside taking, they just reverse this thing here. Okay, I'll do it again. Okay, delete. So what they did is minus 50 minus 50 multiply by 7.3. Okay, minus 200 multiply by minus 14.6. So in this thing will be plus and minus 365. So 20 minus 265 is equal 2.6 on the J section. The J section. Okay. Let me see if we have in this one here. So 200 multiplied by 7.3. Okay, and 7.3 multiplied by 300. So minus 4. No. 200 multiplied by minus 7.3. 7.3 multiplied by 300. So this one minus answer minus 365. Let's see if they are minus 365. Exactly. So that's minus 200, that's minus 1460 minus 2190. So this one will be equal to minus 3.6 on the K section. So Poynting vector will be equal to B initial minus 4.7 E plus 2.6 J minus 3.6 K divided by the constant. .75. Okay, so now by multiply by 6.7 minus 2. So the Poynting vector, we know that the B initial will be equal to 67.8 multiplied by 10 minus 9 Tesla multiplied by minus 4.75 E plus 2.6 J minus 3.6 K divided by the constant. So the Poynting vector will be equal to 67.8 x power minus 9 multiplied by 4.75 that will be equal divided by the 12.56 0.265 0.265. So I guess we're gonna keep this one at micro Tesla. So minus 2 67 6.7 67.8 x power minus 2 multiplied by 4, that's 75, divided by 12.56 power minus 7 minus 9. I guess this one minus 3, y minus 3 minus 6 minus 6. .8 exponent minus 9 multiplied by 4.75 equal divided by 12.56 2 okay. Minus 6, y minus 6. So here we go. Let's do it again. A Poynting vector. Okay. I'm gonna do this step again. Hold on. So Poynting vector on this section, we're gonna use the b initial multiply by the result that we had on this section. So that's minus 4.75 e plus 2.6 j minus 3.6 k divided by the constant. Okay, so there is a rule here on this formula. So the Poynting vector, whenever you multiply by this here in this section here, we multiply everything that has to do with the direction of that section of the magnetic field. So what they did here, whatever left, there's 3 direction left, so at the end they took out 6 power of this section, because there is 6 direction that it not been calculated or added. So at the end we're gonna find out that 67.8 at the end of power of minus 3. We took out the 6 that has been not been formulated on the Poynting vector. So multiply by 4.7 e plus 2.6 g minus 3.6 k divided by the constant. If we do the calculation, x was minus 3 multiplied by 4.75 divided by 12.56 for the minus 7, 2.56, 2.60, or actually minus 3 exactly. So y negative 6.7 was 6.7 minus 3 multiplied by 4.75. 3. Okay, so 260, we're supposed to have 260 equal, multiply by 12.56, 0.003, 0.003, divided by 4.75, 68. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 6 here. So 67.8 exposure minus 6 divided, multiplied by 4.75 divided by 12.56 exposure minus 7, 2.6. So exactly, this one will be equal to 256i plus, well actually this is a minus plus 67.8 exponent minus 6 multiplied by 2.6 divided by 12.56 exponent minus 7, 140 J minus, is it 140? It is 140 minus, so 67.8 minus exponent minus 6 multiply by 3.6 divided by 6 is 1 minus 7, 194 K. Okay, and this is the Poynting vector.